afternoon. Welcome to the Vaping Sportsman. I'm Chris Brown, and this is, you guessed it, another in-your-face review. I'd like to thank you all for deciding to tune in today. And I want to thank all my subscribers, which I know is not many, but hey, we're going to get there. We're going to build this channel. We're going to get this thing growing, and it's going to be awesome. Because, you know, we've got a lot of good things coming up. But today I've got something I think you'll really like a lot. It's a 25mm RTA. And it's a single coil. And it is, now it's not manufactured here in America. But it is, but it was designed by a man who owns a company. Squid Industries. And what we'll be looking at today is this Peacemaker the Peacemaker 25mm RTA. I tell you what, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive down. Let's take an up close personal look at it. But before we do that, I'd like to invite you to go ahead and hit that like button for me. You know, give me a thumbs up. That helps me grow the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell and share it. And go ahead and share it with all your friends and everyone you know, so that way when I do release a video, y'all will be the first one to know, and it'll give you something to talk about. And you'll be like, hey, have you seen the new tank? Have you seen the new mod that the Vaping Sportsman's got out? Well, excuse me, has done the review on. But like I say, I would greatly appreciate that, because everything I do and everything you see is 100% funded by me. I don't have anyone who sends me anything whatsoever. You know, I would love to have some sponsors. And if you think that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and check me out over on Patreon. Because on Patreon, I'm also known as the Vaping Sportsman. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive down. Let's take an up-close look at the Squid Industries Peacemaker 25mm single coil RTA. And we're back down low. Now, if y'all decide to order one, it will come in a box just like this. It will say Peacemaker RTA and 25mm single coil. This is the logos. You'll see it has, because it does have a nautical theme. And the reason if you're wondering why it has a nautical theme, the owner of the company is an ex-Navy. And he actually served in the one of the Iraq conferences that we had over in Iraq when the Desert Storm and all those type things. But anyway, and then on this side of the box, it'll have all your social media. On the back, it'll tell you what color that it comes in, which is black and silver. As you'll see, this one's clearly marked. Well, I think it's marked, and it may not be. It's not, but anyway, this is the black one, and this is just, and this is your barcode on the back. And then when you open it up, of course, that's just nothing but a cover. Now you'll get the actual box. And let's see, around the box, I thought it had a scratch and sniff. I was hoping that it did. Oh, I didn't realize it's on this right here. So to make sure that it's authentic, it will have a scratch and sniff. Let's give that a scratch. Woo, smells like skunk and buttercups, baby. It's spring and you know them skunks are out, especially where I'm at. It is beautiful. I mean, the sun is shining. It's probably around 60 degrees today, and I'm sure those skunks will be out this evening. But now, like I say, oh, and on the back of the box, here's the story about the gentleman who owns the company, about him being in the Navy, and all his struggles, because one time this guy was even homeless, folks. And now he's got a really great company. If you want to give him a check, it's squidindustries.com. Check them out right online. They make awesome mods as well. So when you open it up, it will come packaged just like that. Wow, look at that. Look at the tank. Wow, isn't that a beaut? Absolutely gorgeous. We'll go ahead and take that out. Also, you'll see that you do have a bubble glass, and it also will come with a peripheral pouch right here, which will have O-rings, a little screwdriver. It has an extra ceramic. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry, I'm off camera. I'm trying to do a camera a little bit different, and I don't know. I may need to raise it up. But anyway, like I say, there's your O-rings, screwdriver, the famous little blue screwdriver, an extra 510 pin, and a extra ceramic post for your coil. Now this does hold 4 mils of fluid, just as you see it here. It will hold 4 mils of e-liquid. With the bubble glass, it holds 8. And I know we're always talking about wanting more and more and more. More e-liquid, more e-liquid. But you know what? It's pretty hard for me to take this off and put on that bubble tank. When you've got a tank that looks this nice, see, if you'll notice, that is a cage around this. And in this capacity, it does hold 4 mils. And if y'all are wondering about, you know, so this is really going to be extremely hard to break. And if you do, you can get them at Squid Industries for they're only $10. The cage and the acrylic come as one piece. It will come with a very, very nice 810 drip tip. It is the smock style. It has the copra on it. You know, it's what they call the copra 810 drip tip. And it's very pretty. And all of your other normal 810 drip tips, they will fit. And it is top fill. And my color's going out. I'm having so many issues with this for some reason. If you'll notice, it has nice dimpling, which makes it really nice and easy to get the top fill off. We'll go ahead and screw that off, and when you do, you'll notice you'll see it has 2 really large kidney-shaped fill ports. And like I say, it is 25 millimeters, and on the bottom it is serialized. Mine's number 500, because you know, I did buy mine myself. I'll say no one sends me anything. At some point in time, with enough subscribers, maybe someone will start sending me some product. That would be great, so I can keep on giving you guys awesome reviews. And I do have a camera coming. It's probably about 4 weeks. It's going to be, or maybe 5. It's going to be right after I get back from getting married. Congratulations to me. I know a lot of you out there are married as well. And yes, I will be getting married. Now, and so we've taken a look at the fill port. And we've taken a look at the bottom. It just has all the logos, you know, on it. And I don't have any glasses. It has Squid Industries, and it's serialized, as I said. Now the airflow on this, it has 2 Cyclops style air ports on each side. So whatever you adjust on one side, you will adjust on the other. And my hands are so large. And one thing, you need to figure out how you like your juice, how you like your airflow before you put it on, because once you put this on your mod, you will not be able to adjust your airflow. Personally, I like it wide open, and it is pretty smooth all across the board. Now, let's go in and let's take a look. Let's attach this to a mod, and let's take a look at the inside of this. I'm going to stop this camera just for a moment, and I'm going to see if I can't reposition this so that we can get a little bit better angle. So excuse me just for a minute. Alright, now we've got it attached to a mod, and yes, this is my CKS Thunder mod that we'll be using to run this tank on. Now let's open it up, let's take a look at the deck. Now when you do see, you'll see that this is a single core deck, and it is somewhat reminiscent of decks like the Hermetic, and I can't think of another one right offhand. And it has, and you'll see the airflow is directly up underneath the coil, and it's at an angle, and it's slotted 6 and 6. So you'll have 3 airflow slots in the front of the coil and 3 airflow slots to the back that go directly underneath the coil. And as you'll see, this is your ceramic block. Truthfully, I will say the only thing, folks, that I can find wrong with this that I would personally change would be this 24 karat plated screw, because, you know, it can chip off, and we do not want to be vaping that. So, you know, if we could just make that in stainless, as this deck is, that is absolute. That would be great. And if you'll notice, this deck seems to be, you know, it's a little unusual in the fact that it looks like a floating deck. As you'll see, those are your wicking ports. Your wicking ports are not very large, but it is raised off of the bottom, as you'll notice. Juice goes underneath the bottom. and so will your airflow, obviously, you know, as well. But anyway, it will pull your airflow straight through, straight up, and if you'll notice, you have an absolutely gorgeous conical design. But your airflow will come straight through the middle, and your juice is on the outside of that ring there. So it has a really nice condensed chamber, causing it to have absolutely incredible flavor. And when you do put your coil in, just make sure that you trim your leads, as I did, so that they're nice and flush, so that you don't get any type of shorting out whatsoever. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to wick this. I'm going to give it a little burn off. Now this coil that I'm running, there we go, let's burn her off. Look at that. Wow. Nice, nice. Is a 0.19. I'll be running a 0.19. This is a Ohm Science coil. This is one out of their hand wrap series, and this is a stapled, I think so, what is it, stapled alien coil, I think is what they call it. I'm going to let this cool down. While it does, I'm going to stop this video, and then we come back. We're going to wick it up. I'm going to show you how to wick it. We're going to have a vape, and I'll give you all my thoughts on the Squid Industries 25mm single coil RTA, designed here in the USA but made in China. And if you want to looking to pick one up, they're around $50, and there are sometimes you can get them for around 30 bucks and even 25. I suggest if you don't have one, pick this one up. This is something that everyone needs in their arsenal. Give me just a second and we'll get right back at it. Alright, for this part I will be using my favorite cotton threads, but this is not the threads, this is their lump cotton. If you're looking to pick some up, I suggest you most definitely give this a try. It's probably the best cotton which I've ever used over Muji, Kendo Gold, and Native Wicks, which Native Wicks was my go-to until I tried the cotton threads and their lump. If you're looking for it, I know Mike Vapes, his site does sell it. Other than that, I'm not sure. You'll have to look it up for yourselves. Alright, I've got a small little tuft here, as you can see. We're going to put that, I'm going to insert it right through the middle of the coil. And my coil diameter is a 3.5mm. Now I'll give you a good shot of that. It looks like a lot. Trust me, truthfully it's not. I don't like to use a lot of cotton when possible. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to trim this directly. Then I'm going to show you that little, how the deck is made, how it's raised in between. We're going to go right down there. We're going to cut the cotton just so that it hangs exactly below that deck. And now no, we're not going to cram it all into the hole. You kind of want to use the dam method, and you want to use just a little in. Push a little in the hole, not much. Make sure it's nice and loose, because you want this to wick, and you want it to wick very efficiently. And if you've got too much cotton, just like that right there, that little tuft right there is too much. We're going to trim a little bit of that off. Thin it down some, just a little bit. Set it directly up over that, up over the wicking port. There we go, and as you can see, you have just a little bit coming down. Most of it's directly on the top of the hole, sort of like the dam method. Let's go ahead and do this. So go ahead and trim a little off that side. And we definitely will need more. You know, truthfully, if you guys, folks, when you trim your cotton for this, you can just trim it just to the metal threads here. If you'll do that, you'll actually have even a better fit. Now we've got the cotton in there. As I say, now we've got the cotton there. We're going to go ahead and put a little juice on, and we're going to prime it up. Make sure we have so we don't have to worry about the cotton breaking in. It's less break-in time, but with this, using the cotton threads cotton, there's virtually zero break-in time. Truthfully, it's no break-in time. So we're going to go ahead and replace the cap, screw it right back on. Now personally, I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to close off my air ports so that the pressure does not cause it to leak back out, just in case. Now that she's all filled up, we're going to go ahead and take it back up top. I'm going to open this airflow up all the way. We're going to have a vape, and I'm going to give you all my thoughts on the Squid Industries 25mm Peacemaker RTA. All right. We're back up. Let's have a vape. I'll give you all my thoughts on the Squid Industries RTA. Good God Almighty, another whiteout, baby. That's what I expect every single time I make an RTA. That was awesome. Wow. I'll tell you what, I'm running this bad boy at 60 watts. It's a 0.19 in straight up power mode. Let's have another vape. Wow. Extremely smooth airflow. The flavor on this, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to have to give it, wow, I'm going to have to probably give it about an 8.5. It's really up there. It's got excellent, excellent flavor. There was one other thing I was trying to think of to tell you, right, that I had on my mind. It's slipping, of course. I've got a lot going on because after this I've got to make another video. I've got 2 more coming up directly after this. So stick around. Like I say, like, subscribe, share. So that way, when I release a video, y'all will be the first ones to know. But this is definitely something you want to have in your arsenal. It's machined exceptionally well. And just in case I did not tell you, this holds 4 mils in this capacity. With the bubble glass, I believe it holds 8, and that is a lot. But how could you replace that with a bubble? I just don't see it. Let's have one more vape. And thank you for watching another edition of The Vaping Sportsman. I'm Chris Brown, and this was another In Your Face review.